What's going on, you guys? So today I had a question from a viewer, and he basically says this. Hey, Lloyd, I've been going to a few events thanks to the schedule and events finder in my area that you showed me. I'm currently dating a few women, which I'm super happy about, but there's one in particular that I like who is giving me mixed signals. Sometimes she will text me and ask me what I'm doing, and she gets back to me immediately. Other times, she will leave the message undelivered, and I won't hear from her for days, sometimes even weeks. A lot of times this happens when I ask her out. She seems to be playing games, so how do I take the power back from her? I was thinking of posting stories of me hanging with other women to make her jealous. What do you think? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this question and I'm going to answer each part of the question, and then I'm really going to give an overall answer that's going to help out a lot of you guys, because this is a very common question that I get from a lot of different people, and some of you may even be thinking about doing this to a girl that you're talking to right now. So when you're getting mixed signals, she's being hot and cold, playing games, what do you do? So the first part that we're going to look at is he's meeting women regularly. Great. So if you're wondering how to meet women in your area in real life, I highly recommend you check out my school group. In the school group, I basically outlined the apps that you need to download. You can find places in your area. If your weekly schedule isn't regularly having events that have these kinds of women, I highly recommend that you check that out. Okay, so that's good. Now he's dating a few different women, but there's only one that he really likes in particular. Now, a lot of dating coaches or men coaches or whatever you want to call it online will talk about getting options, and they'll say like, just get more options, just get more options. I've even said that you should get more options, but what I find a lot of times is that guys will just be obsessing over like one girl. They'll have a bunch of other options they don't care about. They could give less of a shit if this person text messages them, reaches out to them. Really, they're only caring about this one person, okay? So the other options don't really make texting that one girl any better, okay? It's nice to have. It's good that he's getting options, but that one that he really likes, all the other ones don't really seem to matter. So my guess is he is giving this woman the majority of his attention, and he's only giving like passive attention towards all the other women. What he needs to understand is the woman that he really likes, that's how she sees him. It's not that she's playing games. He says that she's, I get that she's playing games. I don't think she's playing games, dude. What you have to understand about the average woman is that the average woman is getting approached or talked to by a lot of different men. She has a lot of options at her disposal, and you're one of those options. And I bet you a lot of money that you're not her first option. And that's why you're getting the treatment that you're getting. I think he even knows this, okay? So when we go through this, it's not that she's playing games, it's that she's literally just forgetting about it. If I have someone who is not a client of mine, if I have someone who's like a friend that I haven't heard from a while ago, I'm probably going to wait to get back to him. He's not a big priority, right? When I was in the dating game and there was a woman who was like, I would have been down to see casually, but I wasn't super interested in, I would text her whenever I felt like it. And when she would message me, I would forget to respond regularly. The problem is that he is that guy with this woman. She's just not remembering to text him back. It's not like she's trying to play some game or whatever. This is just her, like, when the guys who she is interested in want to see her, she goes dark. But when, she's free, she doesn't have any attention, then she hits him up. So she is, I guess, lower on the totem pole, so to speak. And the question is, how does he get raised to the top of the totem pole? So typically in these games where clearly the guy, in this case, the guy who's asking the question, he likes her more than she likes him. How do we get this person to be more interested in him? What I would recommend that he do is stop focusing solely on her. Okay, there are a lot of ways that you can raise your attractiveness, and you kind of know that this is the problem already, which is why you have started to think, okay, maybe if I post like a photo or a story or something on my social media page of me with other women, that will raise my value. Pre-selection is one of the highest rated ways to boost your attractiveness with women. It's the quickest too. If you walk into a venue and you're surrounded by beautiful women, or you're with a beautiful woman, your attractiveness is going to go up a lot higher than it would be if you just like maybe changed your shirt or whatever it is, okay? Women say that it doesn't matter, or they try and dissuade men from doing that because it makes them look like a player, but they are into it. As long as you don't look like too much of a player, pretty much all women are going to be into it. They're going to turn heads if they see you with a beautiful girl. It always happens, all right? So he's trying to give that impression. All right. What my problem with this is, most of the time, the women that he's going to be hanging out with are not going to make this woman jealous. And also, too, the women that he's going to be hanging out with, sometimes the post can come off as very try-hard. It's not authentic. And if this is the technique that he's using to constantly bring her back in, what kind of foundation is he establishing for a relationship in the future with this person? Okay, is he always going to have to be around these kinds of women? It's a tough ball to play. What I would recommend that he does is not focus on so much as appearing that he has other options, but actually be that guy. Actually be a guy who has an ecosystem that is attractive. Now, for men, when it comes to being attractive to women, we value looks very highly. Women also value looks very highly. Okay, not as high as men do, but they do value them. So you can improve your look, but my guess is if you're really working on yourself, let's just assume that this guy's maxed out, okay? So he's maxed those out. What are the other things that he can improve? A guy is judged by what he brings, the value he has, and women judge that person's value by how other people treat him, how his life is. Okay, what kind of life am I going to have when I'm with this person, right? So what he'll do is he'll have friends, he'll have a social circle, he'll have things that he's doing. Guys focus on the money all the time, but what I've noticed is that most of the time, the money doesn't give you that big of a boost. What does give you a really big boost is your ecosystem. And your ecosystem is the life that she's going to have when she's with you. If you're a guy who's sitting at home all day at your computer, that's not a very good ecosystem. You don't have a lot of friends. You don't have a lot of things that she can enjoy or turn to or feel respect for or feel valuable for. So that kind of thing is not going to be the thing that's going to get her away. Just, temporarily engineering that is not good. But what you want to do is you want to be that person. So focus, go back 100% in on yourself and think, how can I make myself better? And typically I find it's 3 things that guys can improve to improve their ecosystem. Number 1, they improve their social skills. Okay, this is their game. This is their confidence walking up towards people. Okay, this is how they come across when they're talking towards somebody. This can help you out tremendously if you improve it a lot. The second thing is their leadership. Okay, how well do you lead, especially in social situations? If you're someone who people can follow, if you're someone who people regularly trust to follow and feel comfortable around and relaxed around because he's got this handled, okay? There's a level of competency there that women really admire, okay? If she gets that feeling with you, then she's going to really, really like you. And the last thing is your community, okay? This is your social network. This is your social circle. How do the people around you look? What kinds of people do you have in your social circle? Do you have any friends at all? And if a woman wants to be with a guy who has friends, who has people, who has an ecosystem, she knows she's going to get access to that as well too. Okay, so all of these things will help you. Now, one of them just together will help you a little bit, but all 3 of them together will really transform your life. After you've done that, you need to market yourself as well too. So you can market yourself on social media. My guess is if you just start doing really good things, at least in Austin, we have a smaller community here. So if I just started doing things in my everyday life, people would talk about me and that would help my attractiveness. I'm not sure if that's the way that this guy wants to go. If he's in a bigger city, she may not notice that. So he may have to do some stuff on social media to be able to help. So those are the kinds of things that I would post. I wouldn't just think, hey, I'm going to post a video with some random girl and think she'll get jealous. I find that can come off as very, very try hard. But if you were posting yourself doing actually fun things with cool people, if you're actually showing yourself, showing competency in certain areas, she would see those things and she would want to date you. It's very, very difficult for a woman to turn down a guy who is competent, who can lead socially, who has great social skills, who has a great social community. Those 3 things right there, that's the stuff that a lot of guys lack in today's society. And if you have those, it really puts yourself in like the top 1%. Now, you may disagree on certain parts of this, but in general, what I would recommend that this guy do is stop focusing so much on this one particular person, put the focus back on himself and turn himself into a guy who can actually be that person. He is caring far too much about this one individual person. And the more he cares about it, the more she's going to lose attraction for him. Okay. The less he cares, and it's not caring about something less, it's caring about something more than her. And in this case, it's himself. He's able to do that with the other women that he's messaging, who ironically are probably more attracted to him as a result, but he's not doing that for her. And as a result, he's going to subliminally communicate that he is always available for her, that no matter what she does, he's always going to be there. And it's tough for a woman to respect a guy who's like that, okay? So he needs to put the focus back on himself and subtly show those things over time, okay? And that's the best chance he's going to get with this woman. But in reality, if he really does this appropriately, he's going to have so many opportunities with other women who are of her caliber, he is probably not even going to want to go back to her. And ironically, that's usually when people reach out, when they usually start showing up consistently. Me personally, I probably wouldn't go for a woman who is showing inconsistent behavior, because usually when she starts that, she can always go back to that. You can find better options, dude. Just do those things, and I guarantee you're going to be a lot better.